Do you like unpopular opinions? Do you like salty ass? Well, friends, you're in the right place today because it's time for the Unpopular Opinions Book Tag. Hi guys, welcome back, bienvenue, and all that jazz. It's time to talk about some books. Or today it's time to do a fun little tag where we're going to be some salty hoes. So I was tagged to do the Unpopular Opinions book tag by my friend Elle over at Elliot Brooks. If you don't know who she is, but you're on this channel, I'm confused. But she's wonderful. I'll link her video down below. She did it with her husband, Sean. He is also wonderful. I'll link all the deets down below so you can check out her video as well, or I guess their video, since it's both of them. 2 for 1. But, so without further ado, let's just dive straight in, shall we? Question numero uno. Ooh, Spanish. Is a popular book or series you don't like. So, let's just dive in, shall we? I mean, can you guess it? If you've been on this channel for any length of time, I have one only rant review of a particular very popular series that recently had its second book come out. Have you guessed what it is yet? Put your guesses in the comments. I'll be one of those people. No, okay, so Crescent City. So book 1 was good. I wouldn't say it was amazing. It was good to great. Greater at the end, good in the beginning, kind of boring for a while. So this book was pretty good. Enjoyed it. It was fine. And then came House. I'm not even going to say the name because I'd rather rip out my own tongue. But the second book, I am still so mad. Literally anytime somebody brings it up or talks to me or mentions that book, I just like instantly am triggered. If you want to know more about why I keep looking over there because I see it. It's sitting on my bed because it's no longer in my shelves because it doesn't deserve a space being comfortable on my shelves. It deserves to just be over there in timeout because of what it did. I have a full 30-minute rant review about that book, so I won't belabor the point here. But I really liked Crescent City book 1. And there are elements in the last 80 pages of book 2 that I liked. But I am so mad at this series, and it is so popular. When I watch videos and people are like, oh my god, it's so good. I'm just like, what? What? Did you read the same? I'm not, nope, we're not going there. Not going there today. So that is my answer for a popular book or series that I do not love. Okay, question number 2. Is it supposed to be popular? A popular book or series everyone else hates that I love. That's a harder... I'm kind of a basic bitch, I'm not gonna lie, and I usually really just enjoy things. Like, if it can transport me and I have a fun time, that's literally all I ask from a book. And to not make me spend 500 pages for absolutely no goddamn reason. But, okay, so it took me a second, but this is the day for hot takes, right? So, everybody loves the Grisha verse. So, Shadow and Bone trilogy, there are many stands, but especially the Six of Crows duology. For some people, that's their favorite series of all time. Great, I'm happy for you. But I'm gonna say I actually enjoyed the King of Scars duology more than I liked the Six of Crows duology. And I know people are already getting ready with their pitchforks and ready to stab a hoe in the ass. But I love cool, interesting fantasy elements. And some of the things that they did at the end of this book that I know Elle especially hated and kind of continued and fleshed out in book 2, I thought kind of deep into the lore of the world, and I was kind of here for it. Whereas the Six of Crows duology is much less magic even than the Shadow and Bone trilogy. It's much more heisty and whatever, and that's just not, and they're trying to hunt down the drug or whatever. I don't, it's fine, but it's not my favorite thing ever, and I actually preferred this duology over the Six of Crows duology, and I know a lot of people hate this particular duology, but I actually enjoyed it more than the one that everybody else loves. Shots fired. What you gonna do about it? Question number 3 is a love triangle where they ended up with someone that you don't like. So for this one, I'm gonna go with the Mortal Instruments series. So this is book 1, City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. So is it spoilery for me to talk about? I feel like this question is kind of spoilery. So if you are afraid of spoilers for this YA series that came out quite a while ago, let's look. We got to be accurate. Only facts on this channel, like House of is trash. Copyright was 2007. Okay, so this book is like 15 years old. So if you're worried about me spoiling the plot of this 15-year-old YA series, maybe skip ahead to the next section. There's always timestamps down below. But in this series, there is I don't know if it's a love triangle because I don't know that they're all involved at the same time. I mean, they are, especially in the beginning. Okay, so there's Clary, who is the main character. There is Jace, and then there is Simon. So Jace is like the kind of hot bad boy shadow hunter who kind of pulls her into this world of the shadow hunters. And then Simon is her best friend who's like this hot geeky nerd guy. And so she ends up with Jace instead of Simon. And I mean, who doesn't want to have a love affair with their hot geeky best friend? Like, but no, we have to go for the cliche bad. And like this series in particular, the Mortal Instruments, not her other series that are in this world, she did the fake incest thing where there's a point where Jace and Clary are like, are we sister and brother? And then is an uncomfortably long amount of time where they're like, oh my god, I feel so bad because I still think he's hot or she's hot, but he's actually my sibling. And it's just like so weird and like kind of dragged out. I'm very happy. I watched the show Shadowhunters first, and so I already knew that it was like a fake incest situation. Because if I had been reading these books as they came out, I don't know. Like, that would have made me really uncomfortable because it's like a very extended period of time. But anyways, and then they get over it and they're still back together and it's not weird. I don't know. Just, why Jace? Like, he's not that interesting. He's just like the stereotypical bad boy, but like he doesn't really have much more of a personality beyond being into Clary. Whereas Simon is like this cool, cute, quirky, nerdy guy, and at least he has a personality. I mean, so, you know, like, why Jace? So, yeah, I mean, that's definitely my answer. So, the Jace, Clary, Simon love triangle. Clary should have ended up with Simon. You heard it here, folks. Okay, question number 4 is a popular book genre you don't read. And that's actually pretty easy because I basically exclusively read fantasy. Every once in a while, I'll dabble just a teensy bit in something like a sci-fi, but usually it's more of a sci-fantasy. So, like, is that even actually going out of my comfort zone? No. Have I read one thriller? Yes. So I would say romance, thrillers, mysteries, science fiction, literally anything but fantasy I don't read very much of. So, and I'm not sorry about it because I like what I read, so on you. Question number 5 is a popular or beloved character that you don't like. And so this one was kind of easy, so I'm just going to keep shooting shots at all the popular series today. I don't particularly like Harry Dresden. He's a lot of it sexist. He's a lot of it dumb. And I just don't necessarily enjoy his character in particular. And I will be the first to admit I have only read the first 3 books. And he has not really grown on me yet. I plan to continue with the series. It just has not been a priority because Harry and the weird skull that just wants to like go into girls' locker rooms and like that is just like not the tea for me. So like Harry Dresden, not a fan. Bruh, you're a lot of bit sexist. You think way too much about bazongas and boobies and all of that bullshit. Like, I do not care. Can we please do some goddamn magic and solve the case? And stop looking at that chick over there's bra. That's all I ask. Is that too much? I feel like that's not asking for very much. But yes, so 100% Harry Dresden. I told you, if you're here for the salt, you're in the right place. Question number 6, a popular author that you can't seem to get into. So this one is much trickier for me because I'm not a DNFer. So like I almost never DNF books. I will put them down for a while, but I have almost always that I can think of gone back and finished it eventually. So one writer whose writing kind of got worse for me the longer I went on and like the less I was interested in it was Mr. Robert Jordan. So I have read the first 11 books, and this is the prequel novel of The Wheel of Time. And I think his plot is cool. I think some of the characters are cool, some are less cool, but that's neither here nor there. But I really like the world. But his writing in particular, I don't know. For some reason, it's not quite there. And then as the series went on and it just got longer in the tooth, and I was just like, oh my God, what is this? And I thought that I would never be as mad at a book as I was for Crossroads of Twilight until House of came along. But I don't know. For some reason, his writing just never totally clicked with me. And like, I think I finished Knife of Dreams in January or February of this year, and I still have not picked up The Gathering Storm. Because like, I don't know, something about it. Something about his writing or something about him as an author and like the kind of weird sister wife thing that like creeps in, and like I understand that like it's trying to do like a reversal of gender roles, and I don't know, something about it is just like not totally jiving with me. I'm hoping that the final 3 books kind of bring me back around to loving this series, but as far as an author that I've just never totally clicked with, it would have to be Robert Jordan. Sorry, wheelies. Don't hate me. I still mostly like the series. Question number 7, a popular trope you're tired of seeing. So, after reading the book that shall not be named by Miss Sarah J. Maas, my friends Ingrid and Jashana had convinced me to read The Throne of Glass. And so, to date, I have read the prequel novella and then the first 4 books in the series, and I'll be starting book 5 probably like this weekend or so. And between Crescent City and the Throne of Glass series, this chick, I know that's a little bit sexist, I don't know what else to call this lady, woman, whatever, loves her an alpha male trope, like to the point where it's like so obnoxious. They are so domineering and just like everything toxic masculinity is like glamorized, and I cannot fucking stand it. I hate it. So like, it's interesting for me because with The Throne of Glass and Crescent City, I mean Crescent City book 1, we won't talk about book 2, but I like the plot and I like her magic systems and I like a lot of the side characters and the friendship dynamics, but her romances with this motherfucking alpha male that is like basically peeing on the leg of the girl 24/7 and like growling when some other guy who's her fucking cousin says something to her. Like, can we not? My God, like I cannot with that bullshit. Like I hate it. Like it viscerally just like, whoa. And then I know some people like, oh, well, if a guy actually treated me like that, I wouldn't be into it. But then why is it okay when it's like a fey dude? I don't know. It's just weird. I don't like it. Can we not with the alpha male and not glamorize and romanticize toxic masculinity? Please and thank you. We'll move right along from that. Up next is question number 8, a popular series you have no interest in reading. So, the more I hear people talk about this series in particular, the more I ponder to myself in the moments when I'm doing nothing else with my life, of like, will I or won't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Because the more I hear about it and some of the things that have gone on in surrounding this novel and this author on the interwebs, it's kind of like, ugh. So I'm like, will I or won't I? I don't know. I mean, I already own the fucking book, so maybe, but also, will I? So at this moment in time, I have absolutely no intentions of picking this up anytime in the near future. Maybe at some point I'll get this random itch where I'm like, you want to know what? I really want to read a fantasy that focuses way too much on anthropology. Then maybe I'll pick it up. We'll find out someday, but we'll see. I only own the first book in the series. I don't own the rest. So At this moment in time, no interest. May I still pick it up someday? Perhaps. Only time will tell, so subscribe to find out. Okay, and then the last question of this is an adaptation, so TV or movie, you prefer over the books. And I already mentioned something else in this world for an earlier question, but hands down, I like the show of The Shadow and Bone on Netflix much more than I like this book. This book is fun. It is very much just like kind of fun adventure fantasy. However, in the book, we are stuck in the perspective of Alina, and she grinds my gears. Like, she is so annoying, and I kind of can't stand her, but I never have been a teenage woman, so I don't really know how realistic that portrayal is. Maybe if I had a hoo-ha downstairs, and had gone through experiences as a girl or something, maybe I would like connect more with her. But as a 31, almost 32-year-old, one foot in the grave gay man, she drives me up a wall. And so when we go to the show and we get to see more of the story from other perspectives, I enjoyed it much, much more than I enjoyed this book. And so with that was the Unpopular Opinions book tag. Hopefully I didn't start any fights or any brawls. If you agree or disagree with any of these opinions, I would love to hear your respectful discourse in the comments down below. I know that may be asking too much because this is the internet, but one can hope. And as for tagging people, if you want to do this and you see this, tag you it. Yeah, I mean, it was really fun to kind of just be salty because I am a salty ass bitch. So, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any books that you'd like to mention that fit any of these prompts and you want to chat about them, go ahead and drop down in those comments. Give this video a like while you're there. And if you want to see more bookish stuff like this from moi, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!